beginning of all things. We have been privileged to witness it, as I am to witness my end.
Colonel, can you hear me?
I'm here. What is it?
I'm hearing reports about a prototype Metal Gear. The Pentagon's gone dark. I'm requesting clearance for an infiltration mission.
Where did you get this intel?
A guy I know.
A guy you know?
Yeah, a guy that I know.
Oh, Snake, we're in quarantine. There are no new missions. And it's 1 a.m. I've got to go.
Colonel, wait! The CIA thinks we're about to be bombed by the Lolly-Lule-Lo.
Lolly-Lule, no, they don't, Snake. Hey, I get it. You're bored at home.
Actually, I'm outside your place. Can you open the door?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're supposed to be social distancing.
Oh, come on. Let's just hang out.
I'm hanging up now. Stay safe, Snake. There'll be plenty of missions when this is over.
Colonel? Colonel! Damn it! Otacon.
Oh, Snake. Oh, hey. How's it going?
Drop whatever you're doing and come meet me. I'm hearing rumblings, disturbing rumblings, about a new type of nanomachine that...
Oh, Snake. It's the middle of the night. Nanomachine, schmanomachine. You're just a bit stir-crazy. It's natural. You're just feeling the events of the world. It's what makes us human.
If we don't act now, there won't be any humanity left.
I know you're used to saving the day, but right now, the best thing you can do is stay in isolation for a few more weeks. You can handle it. Why not try a hobby? Or go to YouTube. You know, they have an entire channel on everything you can do with a cardboard box.
Wait, what? Really?
This night, I'm heading back to bed. But you hang in there, buddy, okay?
Wait, can you pick me up from outside Colonel Campbell's place? Shit. If anyone's listening to this frequency, I cannot provide any updates on the Metal Gear Solid film. But the director, Jordan Vogt Roberts, is going to release even more concept art in hopes that it brings a little bit of light to the Metal Gear community in these dark days. Stay safe out there.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great.
Donald Trump is a here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted, he's not going to be president of the United States.
Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president. Let's be clear. Donald Trump will lose the election.
He doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
We talk about him every day, and we continuously bash him.
He's not going to be the president. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
We're coming to a point where if you're Hillary Clinton, you're honestly probably starting to think about not just whether you will win, but how big your win will be.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
We all know those who yell the loudest have the most to hide. In today's world, there are many calling attention to themselves, screaming louder than they've ever yelled before. In continuing with the series, I ask, what do Steven Spielberg, Michelle Obama, Bill and Melinda Gates all have in common? We'll get more into that, but for starters, they all have some very strange, dark things to hide, which tells me that Hollywood isn't just for the movies.
The Oscar goes to, this is a big surprise, Steven Spielberg for Schindler's.
Steven Spielberg will forever be known as Hollywood's creator of a blockbuster film. His influence has reached far and wide. As the chief of operations in Hollywood, you bet he's a Trump resistor. His views fall in line with mainstream narratives. I wonder why. It isn't difficult to see behind the curtain when it comes to Spielberg. Just look at who he's friends with. What did he have to say about Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement?
You can't just think of this as a Hollywood problem. This is a national problem and probably a global problem that needs, we can't forget the people that can't afford attorneys. We can't forget those people that are afraid to come out to say what happened to them because they have nobody to represent them or to stand up for them. I'm more concerned about that group than I am about the celebrities that are being exposed and immediately get a huge amount of attention. But that attention takes away from the rank and file where these kind of crimes of sexual assault are happening daily.
Was that, Steven? You'd rather focus more on the victims than the perpetrators? Okay, let's do just that. Let's focus on a former colleague of yours, Crispin Glover, who was in Back to the Future and has published writings from his diary, pondering claims about your obsession with young boys. Does Steven Spielberg focus much of his fantasy life on young people? Did he portray children wallowing in sewers filled with fecal matter in Schindler's List? Did he use children to finger paint an adult in Hook? Does he collect the illustrations of Norman Rockwell, such as the one showing a young boy in his underwear examined by a doctor? Was Steven Spielberg very friendly with Michael Jackson? Do Michael Jackson and Steven Spielberg share similar opinions about the sexuality of young boys? Weird, right? Let's not forget, recently suicided actor Isaac Cappy was killed only weeks after a live stream confessional of Hollywood's mainstream pedophiles. Tom Hanks, Seth Green, and Steven Spielberg are amongst the many listed. Have a look.
By the way, Steven Spielberg is a pedophile. Yep. See how easy that was, Corey? I didn't need $10 million. Oh, I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks, folks, is a pedophile. I'm sorry if this is the kind of bursting your bubble, all this information is new, but it's time that this comes out into the open because we are going to change the way everything works, because at the top levels of wealth, of power, the very top levels, these people are just sick.
Isaac Cappy was made an example of. These Satanists are obsessed with symbolism. Have a look at this. This is from Tom Hanks' Instagram, on the same freeway Isaac died on. Notice the P on the cap. Cappy. Isaac Cappy. Now that we know this about Spielberg, doesn't the mysterious death of Heather O'Rourke seem a bit weirder? Crazy Days and Nights, NT Anonymous Lawyer writes, back in the mid-80s was peak child molesting time in Hollywood. There was no internet. There were very, very few mobile phones. Children came to the set where they were left alone by their parents. For the next 8 hours, they were subject to every kind of horrible thing you can imagine. Drugs were commonplace. They were used to try and get the kids to not be so hysterical when being assaulted. A Twitter user reported that the blind item implied 2 of the incidents were in Poltergeist, Spielberg, and Happy Days with Hanks. The incident that led to her death was on Rocky Road.
At the age of 12, Heather O'Rourke had been a Hollywood star for most of her life. She appeared in all 3 Poltergeist movies and on television as well. She was also president of her elementary school class outside of Los Angeles. But Sunday, she became ill with the flu. Yesterday, she got worse, and on the way to the hospital, she died at the age of 12.
The actress didn't see what happened, but about 45 minutes later, one of those 3 guys came running out and needed a set medic. Apparently, they had inserted something inside the girl, and things were bad. The medic came, and the ambulance came. The parents of the girl were told some crap story. That crap story ended up killing the girl, because the parents believed the executives. 2 weeks later, the show finished shooting 6 episodes all at once, and then everyone was sent on their way forever. No one wanted the kids around or any witnesses to what happened. If Mr. Culkin's count is true, then this is one of the 3 men responsible for the Rocky Road incident that led to her eventual death, one of Spielberg's buddies. And recently, Steven Spielberg's daughter Michaela Spielberg says that she was abused and groomed by monsters outside her family in the past. The abuse, she said, came from outside my family and not from anybody of notable presence, just from scumbag monsters who were looking at my vulnerability and going, "That's the one." She says, I suffered a lot of grooming. Where was Spielberg during all this? And how old was she when this was going on? Was he aware? Could he have allowed it? The power that money brings to hide such dark, evil things. Hollywood can pull off anything these days. With CGI, anything is possible. But why stop at CGI? With the mass media in bed with Satanist elite, they'll attempt anything. So with that said, what if I told you Hollywood wasn't just for the movies? What if I told you Hollywood was everywhere in journalism and in politics? What if I told you Michelle Obama is a man? This footage has gone viral. It's of Michelle Obama dancing on Ellen, with a flopping bulge caught in slow-mo. Have a look.
Miss Rivers, how are you? You made a ton of news officiating the wedding in New York yesterday. Is this like a new cottage career move for you?
I'm so excited.
Okay.
And I should do very well because I don't choke.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
No, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. She does this.
If Michelle Obama is not a woman, but a man, then who is he? Michael LaVaughn Robinson. Obama has slipped by referring to Michelle as Michael a few times now.
The finest military in the world. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack is deployed to. Well, when Michelle's mad, when Michelle's mad,
Also, why is Mike so involved with transgenderism? And if Mike Obama is truly a man, then how could they have kids? Meet the parents. I've yet to see one photo of a pregnant Michelle Obama. Citizen journalists have spent time investigating this claim. This clip breaks down Michael's appearance and relates it to male traits.
Now, what most people do not know about human anatomy is that the body is naturally proportioned based on the ratio between overall body height and the size of a person's head. In this illustration, you can see how perfectly proportioned a typical human body of each gender is. This illustration also reveals a description of how the shoulders are measured. On a woman's body, the shoulder width is typically equivalent of 2.5 times the width of her head. Here we have an example of a healthy woman. As you can clearly see, her shoulders are about 2.5 times the width of her head. A man's shoulders are typically the equivalent of 3 times the width of his head. In this illustration, it is easy to see that this person is in fact a man based on the width of his shoulders in relation to the width of his head. And here we have an image of an extremely athletic man whose gender is confirmed by the width of his shoulders in relation to the width of his head. Now, if we take an objective look at Michelle, we see that the shoulder width is not compatible with the shoulders of a woman in relation to the size of the head. The dress, the pearls, the fancy hairdo, and makeup can redirect the observer's attention away from the proportions, but all the illusions cannot make the physical reality that Michelle is a man go away.
And if Michelle Obama is not a man, then where's Michael LaVaughn Robinson now? The resemblance is striking. Look at their elbow. Obama has lied just about everything, and this would just be icing on the cake. If Obama lied about his faith,
My Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that has not come my Christian faith.
and lied about Michelle, what else could he be lying about? Speaking of liars, let's look into quite possibly the world's biggest liar, Bill Gates.
Let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. But there we see an increase of about 1.3. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. We could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. We could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
What if Bill Gates was also a woman? When you look closely into Bill Gates, you'll find his father was associated with Dr. Fauci, who's also associated with the Rockefellers. A lot of these people are Satanists, Illuminati. Bill Gates Sr. was part of the Illuminati. And one thing we know about satanic rituals is that sex changes are a normal form of sacrifice. Not only is Bill Gates a woman, but Melinda Gates is a man. Have a look at this citizen journalist's analysis. And in 2014, a man was arrested at Bill Gates' estate for reportedly trading child porn. Could it get any weirder? You can't make this up. Okay, so what else do all these folks have in common? Well, they want us to vote by mail this election. If we can grocery shop, we can certainly vote. Also, why push the largest method of fraudulent voting in America onto the public? Let's cut the crap. Let's say what we're all thinking. Deep State, we know you're scared. We are the news now. And symbolism will be your downfall. Censorship will be your downfall. We see you stuttering through Biden, and we see you scared in the news. There are many faithful and trusting patriots out there, hoping, waiting, and working to expose you and your crimes against humanity. The world we are going to create doesn't include pedophilia. It doesn't include Satanism. It doesn't include you, the swamp. Future will prove past, and past proves the future.
Will never forget that whether we are black or brown or white, we all bleed the same red blood of patriots. We all enjoy the same glorious freedoms, and we all salute the same great American flag. And whether a child is born in the urban sprawl of Detroit or the windswept plains of Nebraska, they look up at the same night sky, they fill their heart with the same dreams, and they are infused with the breath of life by the same almighty Creator. So to all Americans in every city near and far, small and large, from mountain to mountain, from ocean to ocean, hear these words. You will never be ignored again. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. And your courage and goodness and love will forever guide us along the way. Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.
yo, y'all watching this tape right now? That means I didn't make it. Either I'm a prisoner or worse, dead. But either way it goes, I'm gonna tell y'all the rules to survive this situation. Rule number 1, you gotta be quick. Rule number 2, don't fall down. And rule number 3, whatever you do, never look back. Y'all wish me luck. Snatch and run, y'all!